In 2018, I was 30 grand in debt, spending hours every day scrounging for projects on Upwork. Today, I hit my income goal every month without fail. I do this without relying on gig sites, and I was able to hire my husband so we can enjoy more freedom and flexibility as we work from home. In this video, I'm going to share what I would do to skip the struggle if I were starting over. The first thing to understand is that as a freelancer, you are naturally constrained by the fact that you are one person, and there's only 24 hours in a day. You also have to eat and sleep. These are facts. And this is why selling really cheap services doesn't work. You don't have enough hours in the day to do the volume that's actually going to move the needle. Selling moderately priced services doesn't work either, and here's why. You aren't getting paid enough to get your clients amazing results and the kind of results that make them want to refer you and sing your praises. This is the mediocrity trap. And I learned the hard way from trying to offer these middle-of-the-road prices that this is not sustainable. That's why if I were starting over, I would sell high-ticket services. When I say high-ticket, I generally mean $1,000 or more. Honestly, the higher the better. If your reaction to that price tag is that your clients could never afford it, get new clients. Because if a client can't afford your services, it just means they're not your ideal client. So aim higher. And here's a lesson I've learned. The client that can only afford to pay you $50, $100, $200, they are usually just as hard to satisfy as the clients that's paying you $1,000 or $2,000. The clients that are pinching their pennies are trying to get champagne results on a beer budget. The clients who pay you thousands of dollars just want results. But here's the thing, even if you sell a high-ticket project, you have to go and find a new client every time a project ends. Because of the constraints that you naturally have as a freelancer, you need a business model that builds momentum instead of constantly resetting. That's why if I were starting over, the model I would go with is high-ticket retainers. A high-ticket retainer is the fuel that will get your freelance flywheel going. It attracts high-ticket clients that don't complain about price. It allows you to focus on getting good results, which earns you referrals. And you can continually refine that offer and raise your rates. When I switched to a high-ticket retainer model, freelancing started feeling easy. And I want to point out that the retainer model, also sometimes called a subscription model, is not unique to freelancing. If you look at some of the biggest, most successful companies in the world, they offer a subscription. Amazon Prime, streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, home services like pest control and landscaping. Even e-commerce brands are building on this model because they know that it is the secret to stable revenue. And here we have another important lesson about pricing. All the different businesses I just mentioned don't complain that some people don't want to buy their subscription. They market to the people who can afford it instead. You don't see AG1 trying to sell their greens powder to low-income people. They target more affluent, health-conscious people with disposable income. There is no reason why you can't take the same approach. Even if you're starting lower on the value ladder with assistant-type tasks, you can target businesses that have bigger budgets. But you can't just slap a high price tag on your service. You have to offer that much value. So the six-figure question is not how much will Joe Schmo pay for my skills on Upwork? It's how can you deliver $1,000 or more in value every month with your skills? Here's how I answered that question. When I started out, I was doing small projects, $200 blog articles, $100 emails, stuff like that. At that point, I was what I now call an order taker. I would ask clients what they wanted, and then I would send over a proposal and an estimate. What ultimately allowed me to make the leap to high-ticket retainers was starting with the challenges and the problems that my ideal clients were facing. And I put it through that retainer lens of what can I offer that needs done every month instead of just a one-time project. I also looked around at what kind of services my ideal clients were already paying for, and I thought about how I could improve on them. That's what led me to create my first blog management packages, which included not only writing the articles like I was doing before, but before I was delivering them in a Google Doc. With this package, I would also publish it on their website. And before I even got started writing, I would create a whole 3-month SEO strategy to make sure that we had high-performing topics ready to go. So when I got on calls with clients, instead of asking what they wanted, I presented a comprehensive solution. And what this package did is it took my services from a commodity that they could outsource to anyone on Upwork or Fiverr and made it an integral part of their marketing strategy. Even if you think you don't have the experience to charge $1,000 a month, think about how you could do more of what you're already doing, so just packaging it up into a monthly package with a volume that makes it worth $1,000, or how you can stack the different aspects of what you do to make it more valuable. Now here's the really amazing thing that I love about this model. As you work with clients, you are naturally going to see ways to add more value and get them better results. And as you raise your rates, you don't always have to work with as many clients, so you can focus on getting even better results, right? This never ends. And so you become a really high-ticket premium service provider. This is how you make yourself indispensable. I am always looking for ways to get my clients better results and to add more value. And that's what's allowed me to go from working with 8 to 10 clients to 4, maybe 5 max. Over time, you build trust with your clients and you earn a reputation as the person who gets a specific result. And this is how you get the referral train going. This is why you only need a few good clients to get started. Once I got my first clients from an initial push of cold outreach and networking, the rest of my clients came from referrals. I am currently working with 2 clients that got referred to me like 5 years ago. Some of my clients have also come from having social proof and testimonials, and that's great. You definitely want to have all that. But the most quality leads that I've gotten have come from referrals. I don't know about you, but I would rather serve one small group of clients really well than have to spread myself thin and constantly be chasing new leads. That's why if I were starting over, I would go in with the mindset that I am a strategic partner rather than a replaceable worker bee. This is how you create a flywheel that keeps momentum so you don't have to struggle for every dollar. Create your high-ticket offer that gets high-quality clients, earn your results and referrals, continue to refine your service, and repeat. Now, for this model to work, you do need a marketable skill. Now, some of you watching this are gonna have that light bulb going off and you're gonna be seeing how you can turn your skills into a high-ticket package. But if you don't, or if you want to make yourself more dangerous by leveling up your skills, the good news is that it has never been easier. Coursera, HubSpot, LinkedIn Learning, Grow with Google. These are all learning platforms where you can get started as a beginner or expand your skills so you can add more value. I learned the skills I needed to get started through a copywriting course, which I will link below if that's something that interests you. I'm honestly jealous of those of you who are getting started right now because you have AI on your side. I've seen AI create some amazing opportunities. If you need some ideas, watch this video with 7 AI-powered services that you can offer even as a beginner. And for those of you who are a little farther along on your journey, check out this video where I break down how I used AI to level up my services and raise my rates.